Very often when people feel stuck, just like their life is generally bad, but they feel unable, or in some cases maybe unwilling, or just don't know how to make it better, is that their mind is caught in a loop of focusing on problems, being oriented towards what's wrong with their life. And for reasons that may seem obvious, if you think about it objectively from a third person perspective, you can't really get out of this loop. You can't really get unstuck with this kind of mindset. Now, this isn't to say that you shouldn't focus on problems at all, or that trying to understand the nature, the origin of problems isn't useful. It can be, because often if you understand where the problems come from, you can then formulate actions or behaviors to change them. But if that's all you're thinking about, if your thoughts are completely preoccupied with, I'm a failure, I can't do this, I'm not social, I'm lazy, I never do my homework, and this sort of thing, there is no escape route out of that to change what it is you don't like. So if you find yourself in that loop, I would highly recommend just asking yourself one question. What do I want? If you're focused on what you don't want, you get stuck in that loop. But if you're focused on what you want, I want to be more productive. I want to wake up earlier. I want to do my homework on time. Then you can ask yourself a follow-up question, which is useful, which is, okay, what do I need to do to start getting what I want? So again, I want to wake up earlier, so what do I need to do? I need to set my alarm. Okay, or what do I want to do? I want to do my homework on time. So what do I need to do to get that goal? I need to start doing the homework the day I receive it. Okay, and obviously this is a pretty blith solution. It's like, well, duh. I mean, if it was that simple, I'd be doing that already. Right, so that's when the, I guess you could say, negativity, the pessimism can actually come into play. So going back to, I want to wake up early. So what do I need to do to wake up early? I need to set my alarm. Okay, but if I set my alarm, I'll just hit the snooze button. Okay, so then you go back to the same question. What do I need to do so that I don't hit the snooze button? Or so that even if, and this is where creativity, critical thinking come into play, even if I hit the snooze button, I can still accomplish my goal. And your answer is there if you're open enough. And if you're not totally focused on the negative, you're open enough to a little bit of optimism. It can be interesting. It could be, I need to put my alarm clock, or whatever it is that wakes you up in the morning, far away from the bed, so I'm forced to get up. Or I need to set it earlier than I plan to wake up, so that even if I hit the snooze button, I can still have the chance to wake up at or before the time I wanted to. Maybe it has to be something like, I want to wake up at 6 o'clock, but I'm waking up at 9. So I need to wake up a little earlier the next time. Something not too difficult, 8:30 a.m., something like that. And then you can even set your alarm for 6 o'clock, but it gives you more leeway and it gives you more of a chance to feel like you succeeded to some degree. So rather than focusing on everything that's bad, and it might be numerous things, that's the thing, it doesn't really matter in the long term if it's 2 things that you're unhappy with or 100. You got to start on 1. And so if you can find something and say, I know what I want instead, and start asking yourself creatively, patiently, compassionately, with a little bit of optimism, how can I get that? Just that one thing to start. That could set you down a path that could snowball and wind up being the way you completely change your life.